Hello everyone, it is Obscure Nick here today with a new video. Today we are going to discuss Jamie Lynn Spears' GMA interview from this morning and how Britney probably feels about it. So let's deep dive and thrive. Okay, so as you guys may know, Jamie Lynn Spears is releasing a book called Things I Should Have Said. She is going on this press tour and everything, and her first stop is at Good Morning America, which she's done press for Good Morning America before because it's a very safe place, it's very scripted, so of course I see why she would go to that platform. Perfect for saying whatever you feel like, right? First, right off the bat, apparently this was shot at Lou M. Taylor, her manager's house, who's also Britney Spears' former business manager's place, her multi-million-dollar LA home. And it's a very lovely home, don't get me wrong, it's very lovely. I thought it was beautiful, well done. Great production value for the interview, first off. It's a great opportunity for the narrative to be controlled the way you want to, and without any deflection. I also think it was filmed here because Jamie Lynn doesn't have an LA home, so where else is she gonna go? I don't think she could really afford one unless it's under other people's money, which she doesn't have access to anymore because she's, getting cut off, right? So, as well, Lou Taylor allegedly, as we know, loves to control a narrative. From past videos, we discussed this before, and she's done that for 13 years. She has been the guiding force behind this conservatorship, as we know, but I'm just gonna say allegedly, because, of course, there's certain people watching. This interview was done by ABC's news anchor, Juju Chang, who I believe was probably held by the throat for her job because, as we know, allegedly, Jamie Lynn Spears' manager, she likes to control a narrative, as I said before, and she probably was like, it needs to be played a certain way, and the questions are going to be answered this way, and let me see the questions beforehand. And that's how it was played out, pretty much, and I wouldn't be surprised by that. But, Jamie Lynn had a really hard time answering some of these questions with a straightforward yes or no. Even though I do feel like these questions were probably looked at beforehand. And as we know, LT, she loves to allegedly threaten people's jobs or scare them at their jobs, right? Also, ABC is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, media corporation production company of all time, and so we're not surprised if they would take a paycheck and go by certain people's narratives when doing interviews like these. That's why GMA is a very safe spot for that. Like I said, GMA is the perfect platform. However, I would love to see Jamie Lynn on a platform where it's live, such as The View, where she's answered by multiple different women on that show, and she has to deal with the live reaction to it, and it can't be cut or anything. It's there for what it is. I think that would be very interesting to watch, but I know she never would. The only one she would go to out of the panel talk shows is The Talk, which she's guest co-hosted on before, which is the nice version of The View, I guess. They're kind of too nice to be real, in my opinion. She's really gonna go for the nicest platforms that are gonna give her the softball interview, so that's why she went to GMA. So in this interview, first off, this interview was pretty much just all about Britney, although it touches on some stuff about Jamie Lynn's pregnancy, which I do sympathize with. That is a hard thing to deal with when you're in the media, of course. But Jamie Lynn Spears in this interview said she does not like to comment on people's behavior and state of mind because it's not fair. But then she makes it all about her and she switches the narrative to fit her frame, and she claims that she's allowed to say how she felt about those moments because she was in pain, pretty much, and that you're only saying that because you felt pain, but you don't talk about your sister's feelings at all. Because you said you weren't going to judge people's state of mind, yet in this book you call her behavior erratic, spiraling, And, like, how is that not judging someone's state of mind? Like, really, like, you just said you weren't gonna do it, and then it's all in the book, and you're saying it everywhere. So, and then you're making it about yourself. That's what I got out of this, really. Like, really. She was also asked if she agreed with the conservatorship or not, and she said it was not about agreeing with the conservatorship. And it's about everyone having a voice. This is about Britney's... The conservatorship is actually about Britney and how she feels about everything. And she clearly voiced her opinion and you just didn't like it. That's what I got out of that. And I think we need to stop gaslighting here, because there's a lot of gaslighting, a lot of false narratives that you're throwing out there trying to erase history and rewrite it. And that is just not happening here. And we're gonna keep going at this because you're trying to get away with something here, and it leads to my next point, that you brought up that it was brought up that you were involved in the conservatorship because you were made the trustee back in 2017, and it's because Britney asked you. Did Britney really ask you, or was it the people that were surrounding Britney that asked you? And we know most of those people are corrupt, because I would like to know, like, the full truth on it. And also there are these receipts out there that you signed off of money moving around in Stonebridge and stuff, and trying to move her money around. Also, you said that you were trying to set up the steps for her freedom, yet she had to go through the door. She said in June that she couldn't walk through the door and that none of her family did nothing to help her. So for you to really go out and say that is quite bold, in my opinion. And I can't wait till Britney does an interview on this. Also, someone who responded was Sam Lufty this morning, who responded to this interview saying, "Please, let's not forget that in 2017, when I spoke to her and her mother and offered to fund to the entire legal process necessary to free B, they told me to F off and pursued a restraining order claiming I was trying to disrupt the conservatorship. They both said B was crazy and instructed me to butt out. It ended up costing me more money and 7 more trios. Like all reptiles, she's shedding." And that right there goes to show you she knows what she's doing, and she's going to continue doing it no matter what. And that she really doesn't care, and that she was only in it for the money, along with Mother Lynn. She also took a while to answer a lot of questions, and she was not looking straight in the eye. Like, she just did a lot of just, like, wait for it moments, and it was very short, which is why I didn't get the truth out, why I don't think we were getting the truth. She was also asked about her performance work, her sister critiquing her performing her songs, and she said that it was apparently not personal, yet she doesn't know why her sister's upset about it. And, like, there's no self-awareness here, like, no self-awareness whatsoever. Jamie Lynn said that it wasn't a big deal. She didn't understand why it was a big deal. Because she was performing her work. But let's just say this is what Britney said on Instagram today, and I'm going to translate why I think this is about Jamie Lynn. Britney said, "Lighten up. What's the big deal? She's just touching it. Honestly, I do fear if she gets up there." So what's the big deal refers to what Jamie Lynn said today about her performing her sister's work. And she's just touching it, I think, is about Britney saying that, like, Jamie Lynn is trying to interpret as her just touching her sister's legacy. Like, if she touches it, if she gets up there and tries to push it further and Jamie Lynn tries to make her own legacy or tries to take this to the next level, she's scared that if she gets up there, she won't be able to come back down, pretty much. And she won't be able to handle the scrutiny and everything that comes with it. So that is Britney's that's my interpretation of what Britney is saying in response to what Jamie Lynn has said. Truthfully, Jamie Lynn needs better PR people quite honestly, just to be transparent. She needs to get rid of whoever is around her if she wants to ever fix her reputation, truthfully, because they are doing nothing but damage to her career and whatever career she had, right? I get that this is a situation where this is about family members coming apart and completely ousting each other, and it's a war zone here. I get that. And that is not an easy thing. And that is actually, this is not just me trying to be like creating sensational gossip here. I do think this is a very sad situation that is incredibly heartbreaking, that no family should ever go through. But when your family is not protective of you and when the environment is no good, then you need to get out. And that's what Britney has done here, okay? And I feel that Jamie Lynn does not recognize that because she is so blinded, because she thought she could get everything she wanted. Well, truth is she didn't, and it just blew up in her face, and it's just gonna make her look worse over time. And I really feel that if she wants to come out with this book or whatnot of things she wished she said or whatever it's called, she should really take this opportunity to go on these platforms and really speak some truth instead of continue to deflect, gaslight, and lie constantly. Because, truthfully, this is not going to help you at all in the long run. No one is going to buy your damn book if you're not going to be truthful here. Because this already looks like you're not going to be truthful. And I'm sorry, but if you really want to fix everything, you need to start with an apology to your sister, the one that has been hurting for 13 years. And she also said she is so irritated with people who go on these live interviews, her own family, and gaslight everyone. She has said this in court last year. So feel some sort of, is there any sort of shame you have, Jamie Lynn, on this? You need to start taking certain people who are making the narrative more toxic and who are making you continue to lie and start speaking your real truth and stop making this about money. If you want to change your reputation, you got to start speaking some truth and utilize these platforms that you are given here because of your last name to start speaking the truth and just dealing with everything that crumbles. Because you will never fix what's in your heart here until you start apologizing and start fixing the narrative and start speaking the truth. And that's just what it is. So anyways, that has been everything for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the Jamie Lynn Spears interview with GMA down below and how you interpret everything. And much love to you all.